Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me today as we take a journey back in time to explore one of the most iconic symbols of post-war American automotive excellence, the 1952 Cadillac Series 62. A car not only known for its commanding presence and luxurious design, but also for representing an era of innovation, confidence, and bold styling in the United States. The 1952 Cadillac Series 62 was more than just a car. It was a declaration, a statement of prestige, wealth, and the optimistic spirit of the early 1950s. Cadillac had already established itself as the pinnacle of American luxury, and the Series 62 continued that legacy with grace and power. To understand the Series 62, we need to place it within the context of its time. The early 1950s were years of economic prosperity in the United States. World War II had ended just a few years prior, and the country was experiencing a boom in industry, consumerism, and technological development. The automobile industry was one of the key beneficiaries of this growth, and Cadillac stood tall among its competitors. The 1952 Cadillac Series 62 was available in a range of body styles, including a two-door coupe, a convertible, and a four-door sedan. Each version had its own appeal, but all carried the signature Cadillac look: long, low, and wide with sleek lines and just the right amount of chrome to catch the sunlight without being overbearing. The front grille was bold and intricately detailed, and the rear tail fins, while not as exaggerated as those on later models, already hinted at the jet age inspiration that Cadillac would become famous for. Let's talk about what was under the hood. The 1952 Series 62 was powered by a 331 cubic inch OHV V8 engine, which produced around 190 horsepower. For its time, this was a powerful, smooth engine that provided an effortless driving experience. The engine was mated to a Hydra-Matic automatic transmission, which meant that driving the Series 62 wasn't just comfortable, it was almost effortless. The mechanical design was meant to make the driver feel like royalty, with minimal noise, vibration, or harshness. What really made the Series 62 stand out, though, was its ride quality. Cadillac's engineers worked hard to ensure that the suspension system delivered a smooth, almost floating sensation. Coil springs in the front and rear, combined with quality shock absorbers, gave passengers a calm and comfortable journey, no matter the road conditions. The interior was a place of luxury and comfort. High-quality materials, attention to detail, and advanced features made the cabin feel like a private lounge. The seats were wide and supportive, often upholstered in leather or high-grade fabric, and the dashboard was elegantly designed with a mix of chrome, painted surfaces, and intricate gauges. Some models came with features like power windows, power seats, and even a signal-seeking radio, quite advanced for the early 1950s. The Series 62 was also a symbol of status. Owning a Cadillac in 1952 meant that you had made it. It was a car for professionals, entertainers, politicians, and successful businessmen. And Cadillac made sure that driving one felt like a special event, every single time. One fascinating aspect of the 1952 Series 62 is how it reflects American culture at the time. This was a period when people were fascinated with technology, speed, and style. The car borrowed inspiration from the aviation world, with design elements reminiscent of jet aircraft. It was meant to look like it could take off from the road, a metaphor for progress and movement into the future. In terms of safety, while it didn't have the modern safety systems we expect today, the Series 62 was built like a tank. Heavy steel construction, solid bumpers, and strong chassis design gave it a sense of security. However, features like seat belts and crumple zones were still in the distant future. Now let's look at production and popularity. In 1952, Cadillac sold tens of thousands of Series 62 models, making it one of the brand's most successful years to date. The popularity of the car wasn't just limited to the United States, it found admirers around the world, and even influenced the design language of luxury cars overseas. This car also had a presence in pop culture. From Hollywood movies to celebrity garages, the 1952 Series 62 made appearances that helped solidify Cadillac's reputation as a maker of stylish, high-class vehicles. It was the kind of car you saw in black and white films, often chauffeuring the leading man or woman to an important event. The Series 62 evolved in later years, but the 1952 model holds a special place in automotive history. It marked the end of Cadillac's early post-war styling period and set the stage for the dramatic tailfin explosion of the mid to late 1950s. It balanced classic American elegance with hints of the futuristic, without going over the top. Today, the 1952 Cadillac Series 62 is a prized collector's item. Enthusiasts appreciate its design, craftsmanship, and historical value. Well-maintained examples fetch respectable prices at auctions and vintage car shows, and they often win awards for originality and presentation. Restoring one is considered a labor of love, and driving one still draws attention wherever it goes. Beyond the technical and design details, what makes the 1952 Cadillac Series 62 so special is how it makes people feel. It evokes nostalgia, admiration, and respect. It connects us to a different time, a time when cars were more than just transportation. They were art, they were symbols, they were dreams on wheels. When you look at a 1952 Cadillac Series 62, you're not just seeing a car. You're seeing the hopes of a nation, the craftsmanship of talented workers, and the evolution of style and engineering. It's a vehicle that embodies a golden era in American history, and it continues to inspire car lovers and designers to this day. In closing, the 1952 Cadillac Series 62 is more than just a vintage automobile. It's a masterclass in design, engineering, and cultural significance. It represents the best of its time and reminds us how far we've come in automotive innovation. But perhaps most importantly, it shows us that excellence, elegance, and emotion can be beautifully combined in a single machine. Thank you.